Hey, this is Emily Gavin-Almanza with your crushingly depressing fact about forensic science today, because I know you've seen CSI where like a murder gets solved based on like a drop of ink found at the scene. In real life, yes, forensic science and experts are considered highly credible by most laypeople. But the problem is it's not scientists who get to decide which experts and which science is sufficiently reliable to come into the very high stakes context of criminal court. Judges get to decide that. And judges generally are not given training on how to analyze a scientific approach or a methodology or a study design. So in criminal court, we get sometimes very biased outcomes. After all, 80% of forensics labs are controlled by police. Defense rarely have access to the same level of forensics and expertise. And one study in the 90s showed that judges were admitting about 98% of prosecution experts in forensics, and only about 7% of the experts the defense wanted to offer to rebut for the prosecution forensics. Here's the thing. What's being admitted? It's stuff like bite mark evidence, which has a false positive rate of 64%. It is wrong substantially more often than it is right. Or stuff like blood spatter analysis. That's literally just one guy's theory that was never rigorously tested, that he spattered across the country. Or stuff like fingerprint analysis, where to some analysts, a 14-point match is the minimum viable standard. Other analysts will go based on a 4-point match and say that's a match. This is how a lawyer named Brandon Mayfield wound up wrongfully accused of a bombing in Madrid. Hair analysis. There's a man named Sante Tribble who was linked to a crime by 13 hairs found at the scene. The FBI testified that was absolutely a match to his hair. DNA analysis later revealed that none of the hairs were his, and one of the hairs was a dog hair. He served 28 years in prison. 9 people have been executed based on hair analysis. In about 60% of wrongful convictions, bad forensics like this were a factor. It's absolutely time to let the scientists be in charge.